Hi people, it's me again, Marino Regenberg, of course, as always. As you can tell based on the header of this video is going to be a quick reminder in relation to the importance of being able to say no, and that it's okay to say no. Hence the title, it's okay to say no. Unfortunately, we live in a time, especially now. By now, I don't mean this year, etc. I simply mean this time period, this era, where people are more often than not incapable of saying no. The direct confrontation, they avoid it like the plague. And yeah, I'm not saying that people always weren't like this. Some people were, but it's reached its peak, so to speak, nowadays. We're talking about in the past decade or two. People are incapable, seemingly, of saying no and coming into contact with anything that even remotely makes them uncomfortable. But yeah, here is why it's important to be able to say no. If you're incapable of saying no, more often than not, you're going to find yourself in situations that you don't want to be in and doing things against your will, things that you don't really like. But why are you doing it? Because you were essentially gaslighted or manipulated indirectly into doing it. Why? Because you simply, hypothetically speaking, lack the backbone to say no. My point is, it's okay to say no, but you need to be able to actually bite through the hypothetical sour apple if it's that uncomfortable for you. For me, for example, someone like me, someone who's as blunt as they come, I don't mind. I've said no to several people in a variety of ways, from a normal, polite no, I'm sorry, I don't feel like it, to an outright, almost screaming or yelling no, capital N, capital O. For me, it makes no difference. Yes, no, I can say whatever. I say whatever's on my mind. If I don't feel like it, I'm openly going to tell you no, I don't want to. No, I don't feel like it. Even if I see that the person insists or I would be doing the person a favor, I don't care. If I don't want to do something, I'm openly going to say no, I don't feel like it. I don't care if a group of people beg and plead me and they just badmouth me behind my back later on. I don't care. I'm going to look at all of them and I'm going to say N-O. The answer is no, I don't want to. Period. End of story. But you have those kind of people, especially nowadays, where if you ask them something, you're not going to get an answer. That's the go-to thing. Ghosting and not answering someone is, I think, in the past 10 years has become the most popular of methods in terms of dealing with anything that even remotely makes people feel uncomfortable, which is obviously nonsense. My point is, it builds character, even if you have to train yourself to do so. Just say no, it's that simple. If someone writes you an email and says, hey, are you interested in this and this and that and that? You can simply tell them, no, I'm sorry. The concept, I took a look at it briefly and it simply doesn't appeal to me. What's so hard about that? I don't see the issue, I don't see the problem. But in life, you can't be that sensitive to the point where, regardless of who you are, what kind of person you are, you can't be that sensitive to the point where you just can't say no. Something as simple as no. It doesn't have to be uncomfortable, you don't have to feel uneasy about it, but especially people pleasers tend to do this. People that they have some kind of inescapable need to please people. They say yes to everything. No. And on the other end of the spectrum, you've also got people that are like no people. They are, generally speaking, unpleasant kind of individuals. Everything is no. Just think of some hag-looking woman, a woman that looks like a hag, and it's just, everything is now. It's very unpleasant. My point is, it's not necessary, It's not necessary to feel uncomfortable. You can simply say no. If you don't want to. I mean, seriously, if a panhandler or a beggar begs you for something alongside the street, and the guy is one of those smelly, unwanted kind of individuals, what's your answer going to be? I can openly say, no! Fuck off! Plain and simple. But a good deal of people will ignore the guy, etc. Nah. My point is, stuff like this builds character. You don't have to go so far as to be unpleasant. But my point is, you can easily say no as in no. End of story. No. Even if you have to look at yourself in a mirror and practice no, just say no. End of story. Plain and simple, just say no. But people have forgotten that, so instead it's gaslighting and it's indirect manipulation, it's ghosting, it's not answering someone. Again, if you can't do something for whatever reason, or you're unwilling to cooperate, or you simply do not feel like it because the concept of said engagement does not appeal to you, then it's plain and simple. The answer is just no. Even if someone asks you specifically, you openly ask that. You can openly tell that person, no, I don't feel like it. I briefly took a look at what you offered, and it doesn't interest me. It's that simple, or not at this time. Is it that hard? No, I'm sorry. It's like if a friend asks you something. If a friend asks you, hey, you want to go to the park? It's okay to say no. It doesn't matter whether your friend had his or her heart set on the park. If it doesn't appeal to you because you already went to the park, you can simply tell them, no, I'm sorry, no, don't feel like it. Because I already went yesterday. Really don't feel like it. End of story. There's nothing hard about that. But we live in, as I like to call it, the era of mental illness. Okay? The era of mental illness will always be remembered as the so-called COVID era. Okay, that doesn't mean that COVID caused it. That's not what I'm saying. I simply mean that around that time, so for the past decade or so, that's the way society has been. Okay, and now it's reached its zenith. It's reached its absolute peak, where if you ask someone something, even in the slightest of ways, and the answer is not a resolute yes, 9 out of 10 times they're not going to answer you. Either that, or they're going to ghost you, which is stupid, honestly. I mean, yeah, I get that people want to take the easy way out, but is this really the easiest of ways? It's not like you're not going to see the person again, you know what I mean? Imagine not answering someone and tomorrow you have to see that person again. I mean, you're reminding me of an animal that's backed into a corner. You're only going to answer me when I corner you. I have to really get on your case. And it's just going to tick me off because I lose respect for you. Okay? What will make me respect you is if you actually just have the backbone to speak your mind. But if you can't do so, then I'm not going to really take you into account. I'm just going to ignore you. I'm going to be like, I'm going to take you with a pinch of salt, because to me you're no different than that pinch of salt. You're throwaway, you're disposable, I can't rely on you. You as an individual lack a specific amount of merit, or a considerable amount of merit. And that's the end of that. For the rest, it's just... Anyways, that was all. Bye-bye.